Hi guys, Aaron here from the Buddy Talk podcast. As you can probably guess, this video is part one of a two-parter. Yes, we've split the 10th episode into two parts, mainly because the whole runtime was 2 hours and I felt like that was going to be a bit too long and we don't want to, take too much of your time up. So hopefully episode 2 will be released tomorrow. So yeah, enjoy, I guess. Have a lovely time watching the 10th episode of the Buddy Talk podcast. Hope everybody is doing well.
I have notes today, Aaron.
Oh, you have notes. I also have notes. Specifically,
Notes.
Apple Notes. Oh, you can't even see them. Apple Notes. Apple Notes.
Paper notes.
Look at spoilers. Sorry, what was that? Was that Step Up 2 the Streets? Oh my god. Oh my
I heard
god.
spoilers. What did I miss?
Oh, we can't tell you spoilers.
Well, psychology studies on subverting expectations found that if people know the ending of something, they tend to enjoy it more.
I mean, if they knew the ending of this, they probably just wouldn't watch.
Oh,
I feel like I want to do that really cringy entrance with my bunny rabbit. Hang on a second.
oh,
You're gonna
plan
put the...
thing. I'm excited now.
All right, let me just.
that's-
Look how epic this is gonna be. You ready?
This is gonna be awesome.
Is it?
Oh damn!
Wow.
Wow!
It is.
Whoa!
What did you just get? You guys got tricked. You thought we were back, de-quarantined. No, we're still here. We're still just in our own houses,
The
having a
audio
lovely
was
time.
very loud when you came
I
in
imagine
there.
it probably was. It's because I was going. "Ah!" Welcome back to the Buddy. I always do this. I like reach out to my viewers. Welcome back to the Buddy Talk podcast.
Like you're gonna hug them.
With me, Aaron. I've never done this before, and Josh,
Hi.
and also our guest, Piers.
Hello, I am the guest.
The
Got
guest.
water as well. This is my guest.
Your fourth guest.
Yeah.
Who you've had before? I know you've had Sam. Who else?
Taylor.
We had Matthew.
And Matthew.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
That must have been a fun
it's
episode.
episode.
Tell you apart.
Yeah. It was the Christmas one.
Mm.
Yeah. A Buddy Talk Christmas. That's what it was called.
It's episode 10, I think.
Episode 10. Oh my god. Episode 10. I should have done like a big episode 10 thing behind
We're
it.
double digits.
1-0.
Woo! Yeah, double digits. That's a
Oh my goodness.
Got to double digits.
wow.
Haven't given up yet.
Why are we still continuing this?
We need to start
I mean-
the podcast.
Think about it. That's about like 10. It's going to be about 10 hours worth of us just talking.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
nonsense.
I'm sure if you guys become celebrities and they dig this up, it's like old tweets. If they dig it up, the media digs it up. Do you think this is going to like incriminate you or show you're innocent?
I don't think we've said anything bad, have we?
No, there's no, nobody says slurs in this podcast.
No,
I
we're
hope not.
It's
yeah.
a good Christian podcast.
Very good Christian podcast.
Yeah. I think I'm fine.
Do you reckon we have a really large Christian demographic?
Um,
You
I mean-
imagine. Just down
I
the
don't
road, they're playing the
think
Buddy
so.
Talk podcast in the church.
Yeah.
no, I do not think so.
I wonder if there are like specifically Christian podcasts. Like what's their content?
there must be.
Like,
There probably is.
is it like Bible studies in a podcast, or is it just like a podcast that's
Really?
like this, but it's like strictly with Christian people?
They're probably discussing like Christian subjects, like, here's proof that God is real and stuff like that.
Probably going for each book.
Oh yeah,
reckon.
yeah. It's like it's
Have
just a
either of
study
you guys ever
group.
gone to a religious school?
No.
No.
Okay, because I went to St. Bede's, and also I'm an atheist now, but I grew up a Christian.
Yeah.
My mum was like very, very Christian, and we kind of never really studied the scriptures at all. It
Really?
was kind of just it was all kind of just like quotable stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Or they
yeah,
looked at
yeah.
An idea. I mean, it's because most of my experience was in Sunday school and the teenage one, but like they kind of just look at an idea and we do something that's to do with that idea.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool, but like, we never really got into the philosophy of it. And whenever I did, people would be like, "Oh, well, I can't answer that," you know.
Yeah, we had
I've
like.
actually
Oh,
I've read parts of the Bible. I've
you've
read a
read
few
parts of the
books.
Bible.
Like
Find it. What's your review?
I read. Well,
Bible
it's
review.
pretty boring. I have to
Whoa,
say.
Josh, controversial.
It's long.
I have a
Obviously,
feeling, you
the
know, it's
My
actually
God,
got,
Bible.
Christian
it's
viewers,
got,
you just lost our Christian viewers.
you know, the
I'm
Bible's actually
sorry.
got quite a big following. I mean, I don't know if you know about
Has
that.
it?
Yeah,
It's got a
yeah,
lot of
quite a big one.
5-star reviews on Goodreads.
Is it a good fandom? Are they a good fandom, or are they a bit toxic towards some others?
I mean,
There's certain groups that are worse than others.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard about the
Overall.
Crusades. I think that was a bit of a fandom war.
bit of a fandom war.
You heard it here first. The Crusades were a fandom war.
A few stands have gone over the top. Overall, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good fandom. Oh.
On the whole, a good fandom. But yeah.
But yeah, like with Christianity in schools, well, that's a interesting sentence to start with.
Yeah.
I hope I don't say anything controversial. But I didn't really have much stuff about Christianity apart from like one teacher in primary school who always read like something from the Bible and was like, "That's your Bible part of the day, everyone."
Was it like a couple lines, or was it like significant?
I don't know. I was like kind of just sitting there going, "Okay, thanks for that, Mr. Person." But
What translation of the Bible was it?
oh, it would be funny if it wasn't English. Could you imagine?
It's a King James version.
I didn't ask him. I didn't go in year 4. Oh yeah, what translation is that? Just so I know.
Year 4, Aaron. Well, I mean, which interpretation of the Bible is this? Because I feel if you're going by the Jehovah's Witness one, I will believe you. But if you're going by the not King James, I don't think I could really give your quote the proper validity because it is not closer to the original Arabic, Hebrew, even Arabic.
That would have been me back in secondary school.
I would have detested you if you were like that. But oh, there's Josh again, asking what type of Bible it is. God.
I mean, being one of the only like philosophy students who was also an atheist, or like who would go on to be a philosophy student, it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
So like, there was one other guy who I'm really good friends with, and we were the only two ones who went on to study philosophy, and we'd always the teacher couldn't debate us because the teacher wasn't really equipped to study philosophy. She just kind of was a geography teacher who also had to know some RE, so she could teach RE as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so those were interesting lessons. There was
I
actually a
always took
quote. There's lots
philosophy.
thing I'll say on the subject, but there was actually quotes on the wall that were like inspirational quotes from the Bible and stuff, and different religious scholars. There were some good ones, like someone is not right because they are the only person in the room saying it, or the other way around, something like that. But one of them was, the only atheism is denial of the truth.
Ooh,
Really,
Wow.
really inspirational.
very touching.
Inspirational as hell.
And doesn't single out anybody at all.
Yeah.
Buddy Talk has become a religious podcast.
It
for
has.
today.
Well, we've started off the first like,
We
10
didn't
minutes
mean it.
talking about religion.
I didn't mean it to become a religious thing.
We started off by saying, "Oh yeah, there's nothing to incriminate us," and now we're just giving our views on religion.
Okay. Well, what do you guys have lined up? What's the
We're just gonna have a good
lineup?
We're
fun
just
talk
gonna
about
have
movies.
about movies, maybe music. We always say music, but to be honest, I listen to
I
music
should write
every now and
down.
then.
I listen to a lot of music. Let me just write down what I've been listening to so we can come back to it.
Well, the issue with music is that it's always a case of, I've been listening to this. Who? That's
Yeah,
pretty much
if
what
someone else
it's
doesn't
like.
know who they are, it's really like, "Oh, okay, cool."
You have to go into
Nice.
like a long explanation
Yes,
of who
I
they
love
are.
him/them.
I mean, I was thinking we could start off with the news this time because movie news is easier to talk about. I think
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
some
you start
interesting
and I'll-
stuff.
The thing that I've been looking into recently is the Zack Snyder cut. That's got me excited.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's actually
intrigued.
getting
I'm really intrigued by
released.
what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
I am almost devastated that it actually got going. Because
Apparently, it's either
Zack
going to
Snyder
be
stan.
it's either going to be a 4-hour cut, which is
I
like
heard that it was 6 hours.
wow,
Well, like,
or they're going to turn it into
6-hour
like mini episodes.
yeah, 6 1-hour episodes.
I think that
is
would
the
be
other
better,
option.
probably. I don't know.
If any viewers, we should probably explain if any viewers don't know what the Zack Snyder cut is.
It's well, Justice League that came out 28. No, when did Justice League come out?
17 or 18?
Was it 2017? Jeez.
I think it's 2018.
In the United Kingdom, Justice League
2017.
came out on the 17th of November 2017.
There we go.
Thank you, mobile phone.
It's 3 years old.
Yeah.
Post in Google. Yeah. So 3-year-old film. I remember I watched it with my friend because we never saw it in cinemas, and we sat under the sofa watching it, and it's one of the few films I've fallen asleep during. Not very ashamed.
I just remembered watching it. I was just like, wow, this is a Justice League film, is it? Oh, okay.
I have not watched it.
Oh, have you not? It was.
I saw Batman vs Superman, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to something that's considered even worse than that.
I don't know if it's worse.
It wasn't worse. Like, neither of them are particularly awful. They're just not good.
They're very. It's
They're too
very.
long.
Justice
BBS
League feels
is
like
really long.
if there's a mediocre film you're gonna put on, and if you think of mediocre, it's just like, oh yeah, Justice League. That's like proper like a mediocre film, like right in the middle. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just
Like,
wow.
Yeah, like it's still it's worth your time, kind of, if you're not doing anything else.
It's like an ITV film,
lower your expectations is what you're saying.
basically. Yeah.
Well, there's also the thing that the issue that it was so like had such a high hype, and it had such massive shoes to fill with one,
Really
all
big.
animated stuff, and two, something called the Avengers.
Yeah.
Really big budget as well, that film. It's like,
Is it 300 million at
They
the
had to-
end, or something
yeah,
like that?
because Zack Snyder had to go out halfway through, and they poured money into Joss Whedon's one, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So basically, Zack Snyder was the original director, and they brought on Joss Whedon to finish the film. So the Snyder Cut is like the complete version of the original director's film,
Yep.
basically. And I
And
think they're going to film
People
new
have
scenes
been
for it as
wanting
well.
to get it.
Yeah, they're gonna like reshoot a load of scenes, make a whole load of new scenes, and there's like information online of what Zack Snyder's original vision was, and it's pretty interesting seeing what they add. Like a lot of it makes sense. There's actual character development. Green Lantern is in it, apparently.
I know there's a lot more of Cyborg in it, because I remember seeing the original trailer to Justice League, and they took out that whole like American football scene or something.
Do we get
Yeah.
to see him say, you should probably move,
Oh, I hope so.
in this cut?
Oh, that's the one thing I'm looking for.
They're definitely not going to keep the My Man in, are they?
Oh no, I hope they
They're
do.
so not.
Just for funny. Wait, so is Ben Affleck going to be back as Batman for this one?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think he is. I think Batfleck is staying for that film because they're gonna have to reshoot everything if not.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, though.
I thought he was I'm just
'Cause
done with Batman now. I thought that was his.
All the actors
thing.
except for Aquaman and Wonder Woman are pretty much done with the universe, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, I know that Jason Momoa, who's the Flash, I think it's Jason Momoa at least.
No, he's
Jason
Aquaman.
Momoa is the Flash. You imagine?
Oh no,
He's
Jason
Aqu-
Momoa. That's
it's
that's
Aquaman.
Ezra Miller. is
Ezra
the
Miller,
Flash.
who
Ezra Miller,
is
that's it.
having a lovely
His
time at home,
really
isn't
amazing square jawline that's like for some reason works really well. Sorry, that's not a thing I should say.
he?
Ezra Miller's great in Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yeah, I've only ever seen him in the Justice League and Fantastic Beasts.
Oh
he's
yeah,
pretty
with
good in
his
that
with
too.
his haircut.
He's probably one of the most entertaining things of those films.
Yeah, which is saying, I don't know.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he does modeling as well, but his modeling is sort of like interesting and androgynous stuff.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
exactly know. It's really interesting.
Well, yeah. Snyder Cut. We went into
Oh,
that.
sorry, we're going
Finally.
tangents.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued. It's going to be on that HBO Max streaming thing, isn't it?
Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna pirate it. They just are.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened with the Mandalorian over in
Yeah.
the UK.
I've still not watched The Mandalorian, actually.
Oh, do it. It's really good.
It's good.
It's really.
I do want to watch it. I'm just not good with TV shows.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, think of it as a 3-episode test. You know, you just got to watch 3 episodes and then you're allowed to leave.
That's what. Yeah, 3 episodes.
I can barely do that. I have the half an episode test.
Fair enough. Have you started watching Community again, Josh? I'm looking at you.
Oh boy.
Josh, I'm looking at you.
I watched one more episode. And...
Of season 4.
Yes.
Skip to season
And now-
5. Do it.
No, I want to watch it all.
Oh, it's
it's so hard.
season 4 is wow. It's so difficult. It's like when you get into like a really difficult part in a video game and you really enjoy the video game, but then this part is really difficult. So you just give
Season
up.
1 to 3 is really good.
Yeah, and season 5 and 6, like season 6 is like good. It's not the best one, but it's got a nice ending. Season 5's like good as well. So there's a really good Law and Order episode, which is really funny.
I hope they get that movie off the ground.
I do as well. Did you see any of their reunion stuff?
I watched part of their podcast
Yeah.
with Ken Jeong.
Kind of wholesome.
Before you go on any more, I take the role as the oblivious viewer because I haven't actually seen. I don't know what Community is. I've never heard of it.
Community is a sitcom, American sitcom made by one of the creators of Rick and Morty, and also only I think it's Dan Harmon. Is it Dan Harmon?
Yeah, Dan Harmon.
And also a lot of the episodes are directed by the Russo brothers.
The Russo brothers, yeah.
Which is where they started their career. But it's quite a unique show because it's it starts off kind of like a normal kind of sitcom, but it also makes fun of sitcoms and like how like generic sitcoms and that, and then it becomes its own thing. You got like special episodes in it, which like really
They're
weird.
fantastical.
Yeah.
There's like a zombie episode, which is really weird. There's paintball wars in the college.
There's Pillow Fight 1.
Pillow fight documentary. There's a Glee episode.
It's a Glee episode.
But yeah, the cast is like it's quite a good ensemble
Donald
cast.
Glover.
Yeah.
Glover's in it. He's probably the most well known
Yeah.
of the Chevy Chase as
Chevy
well.
Chase is well known, but
Yeah.
Donald Glover at the moment. But yeah, it's a really good show. And they recently had a reunion.
It's cool.
So yeah. And Josh has been watching it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with when you said with Rick and Morty and how you were saying how Community makes fun of its own genre.
Yeah.
Well, that's something Rick and Morty is doing a lot, and I love how self-aware it is. Have you guys been watching new Rick and Morty?
I haven't watched the most recent episodes.
I watched about 7 episodes.
We watched 7 episodes.
Yes.
Probably the first
Okay.
7, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my cousin put on a few more later on,
Yeah.
and I think it's quite good. I'm just not good with TV.
There's some that are There's some episodes that are better than others as well, I would say.
Definitely, yeah. I think in my opinion,
I saw the Pickle Rick one.
Yeah.
because it's just all of it. Just really like is all of the episodes. Apart from, I mean, a couple of them aren't so great. Like the dragon one, that was a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're just so good how they get a concept and like they're just, I feel like they're far more self-aware than their original ones
Yeah.
and far more clever with their individual
I like how
plotlines.
much freedom they have with it as well, so they can do anything basically. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so popular, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. Well, I mean, they recently they had one. Have you seen the Story Train one?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, I mean, this isn't. Well, I would say I wouldn't say it's spoilers because I'm just sort of going to read the episode description.
Yeah.
Well, I won't actually read it. I'm just giving a description. Rick and Morty find themselves trapped inside of a story train that is a literary device. And
Okay.
if you know about writing, like writing tropes and stuff,
Yeah.
it's absolutely amazing because it's all about like continuity and canon. And outside of the train, nothing is canon. And like,
That sounds really interesting.
it's
sounds-
absolutely amazing.
Is it,
But,
That
like,
sounds a bit like Community.
Is that
actually.
one of the newer ones then?
that's one of the newer ones. That was.
I need to catch up.
No, they're really, really good at the moment. They're some of my favorites in the entire show.
It's on Channel 4 in England, I think.
I watched it
Something
on
like
Netflix. Sorry, not Netflix. I watched it on something.
It's on Netflix, isn't it? Rick and Morty.
It's the older stuff is on Netflix, but the newer stuff isn't.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was owned by Netflix.
I
No,
don't
no,
know.
they just show some of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's where I've watched my episodes.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Yeah, it's good.
Definitely. I think it's fantastic, especially since they're just 20 minutes apart. You know.
Yeah, 20 minutes. My favourite shows are 20 minutes. Like, just put it on.
Yeah, TV shows like Glee. I tried to watch Glee.
It's like 40 minutes long, and I'm like,
40,
whoa!
yeah, 40 minutes and like 20 minutes every season. How do people do that?
Yeah. I guess it's
Yeah,
just
well,
people watching it as it comes out sometimes. I can't binge
Yeah.
long shows for some reason. It's weird.
Well,
I
I don't
could
really
not
binge, I don't really
binge
binge stuff
play.
because I always leave time in between episodes. Like I've been watching Vikings recently.
Yeah.
But with my mum, we watch one episode while we eat, and then that's the only free time we both have, really, or only free time that she has.
Yeah.
So we usually watch one episode of a show, and we've been getting through Vikings. But as a result, we kind of slowly get through, and Vikings has, I think, 40-minute episodes, but they only have roughly 10 per season. So you do get through it quite quickly, kind of.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
How did we?
I don't.
Oh yeah, never mind. Just wondering how we got to this conversation.
We're talking about TV and film.
I mean, yeah. So it would make sense that we are talking about TV and film at this current moment, wouldn't it?
I think it's a good tangent. I think
It's a good tangent. Yeah, very interesting.
It's better than our one at the beginning of the episode.
About religion. Oh god.
Not experts' opinions.
Should we talk about the films we've watched now?
I
watched.
Yeah, sure.
I've got what?
What have you
4
watched?
plus. I'm trying to count. 4 plus 3. That's 7. I've watched 7 films.
Wow. That's a film each day in a week.
Yes. I watched the Pirates of the Caribbean original trilogy.
I saw you did that, and I was going to watch it as well.
Yes. The first one is actually really good.
It's a really good.
I enjoyed it a lot.
It's so fun, isn't it?
Yes, it's really funny. Films nowadays aren't as fun as that.
And it's fun, and
it feels like legitimate and sincere. In its presentation.
It's got a
really
good scale as well. It feels like there's a big pirate world, and you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah, I felt that. I actually watched those again recently as well, so I'm glad you brought that.
And the second one is not as good, but I still really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's got some weird stuff, like the whole fight on the wheel. It's kind of it's kind of out there, but it's
very,
still cool.
It's cool. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's very goofy, though, isn't it?
It's the third one where the writing gets bad.
Isn't the third one's like almost 3 hours long, right?
It's long. The third one, I quite liked it.
No, it's really goofy. But like bad goofy.
I'd say it's
still fun though. I still enjoyed it.
I find I enjoy the ones where Captain Jack is kind of more of a side character.
Yeah.
Personally, which is why I'm not a big fan of the last two as much.
I've not rewatched the fourth one yet. I kind of want to just to see how it goes because I remember enjoying it when I first watched it.
It's enjoyable, yeah.
I really enjoy Stranger Tides. I watched it in cinema. That's actually when I had my first panic attack. That was great.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I don't know why. I think it was because I had loads of sugar or something. But it was in the scene where they were being attacked by the sirens.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is a pretty.
I don't know why.
Scene.
For some reason, I just I don't know why.
I think Johnny Depp's definitely.
And you still enjoyed the film?
Oh, I still loved the film. It was great fun. I thought Blackbeard was great, and Barbossa was in it as well.
I think that one's got good ideas. Just the presentation, I'm not so sure about.
Oh yeah, Barbossa. I always like Barbossa and Jack.
Oh, he's always fun.
They're always great.
I've still not watched 5.
5.
I haven't watched 5 yet. I started to watch it, but I just couldn't.
I watched it once on a plane when I was half asleep, so not the best viewing experience, but it was all right. It was fine. I don't know. It was missing something for some reason. I don't know what it was.
I think when you're on a plane, that's the best time to watch a film that you don't really want to watch.
Yeah.
You can't escape, and also you're very stuck on things to do.
I've not been on a plane in a while, so I wouldn't know.
Fair enough.
I mean, buses are similar. That's a similar experience.
Yeah. I mean, talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, you know there's going to be a remake, apparently.
Yeah, without Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I heard about this, but I don't know much about it.
Apparently,
they want Karen Gillan for it.
Look, she's. I like her as an actress. She's good in Doctor Who and stuff, and she's decent in Guardians. But I don't know.
Jumanji.
It's Jumanji, yeah. But I don't know.
One's okay.
I'm not remaking the original one.
Apparently, they're just remaking it, or it's either gonna be a remake or a soft reboot with Jack as a side character, which I don't mind. As I just want it.
Okay, no, that would be good.
Yeah.
If Jack's a side character and Karen Gillan's got a.
Because
if they write it well, I will be happy.
Yeah, and she's going to be based on one of the characters from the ride, which I've been on. I'm like, yeah, cool. I mean, bring it back to its roots, I guess.
It is based on a ride. So
Yeah.
as long
Bring
as
it back to Disney ride.
if it doesn't have a boat and a curse, just another boat and another curse,
I know.
I think they can't go wrong. Because they've got like 4 different boats with curses in the universe.
I don't want to spoil what happens at the end of the 5th one, because I won't, but it kind of sets up a nice like ending for Jack to happen. Like, he's kind of maturing a bit in a way. And I think if they need to finish that story, I think.
Interesting.
Get Gore Verbinski back. He's the original director.
Yeah, sure.
He made Rango, didn't he?
He did make Rango with Johnny Depp as well.
Love Rango.
Tip your hats. Tip my hat to you, one legend to another.
It's such a good scene. I love that film so much.
I need to watch it again. We're in quarantine.
I'm not. The last time I watched it, I think it was a few weeks ago. When that last bit, when he's like, "Oh yeah, one legend to another," I was just like, "Oh my god, this is so epic." I was like, "Yeah, Rango."
It is definitely one of the best recent animated films.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that good for some reason.
Yeah.
I think Spider-Verse is probably my favorite.
Oh no, I love Spider-Verse.
I always think, oh, do I want to watch Spider-Verse again? I'm like, is it as good as it was the first time I watched it? And it's just consistently
It always is.
So good.
My thing is Spider-Verse.
There we go.
Strongly approved. It's so good.
It's so
my
good.
favorite thing is my favorite film trilogy of all time is probably Lord of the Rings, but very close second is How to Train Your Dragon trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
That's a solid animated series, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we watched the
Yes,
third one,
very
didn't
good.
we, for the podcast?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all your films? Those are your 7 films?
I needed one film.
Oh yeah.
Next
I've
films.
Gone through 3 films. Okay, I watched There Will Be Blood. Have you heard of that one, Piers?
I've heard of that.
There will be
Yeah.
blood. Let me look it up.
It's got Daniel Day-Lewis in it. It's about oil, and it's about like a guy who's trying to find oil in America. I forget the time period. I'm not good with history.
Alright.
It's a very long, slow burn, but like really, like the character is really good, and the acting is really good, and the cinematography is really good. It's really interesting to watch.
Where did you watch that?
I have it on DVD.
Oh, nice. Did you see that Knives Out is going to be on Amazon Prime soon?
I have it on Blu-ray. It's
So-
so good.
I need to watch it.
You need to watch Knives Out.
I do need to watch Knives Out.
Both of you, watch
I
Knives
feel like
Out.
I've watched all of like 2019's good films apart from
Yeah.
Knives Out. So, you know.
2019 was great for movies.
Yeah, like
I remember it was, yeah.
Parasite is phenomenal.
I can't.
I didn't watch Parasite. I watched Contagion, but I watched Contagion, not Parasite, because I thought Contagion was Parasite for some reason.
Contagion is not Parasite.
I like how Netflix just released all these random virus-related films recently.
They want them views, don't they?
Yeah.
Gotta ride the trend.
And they got Glee onto Netflix. That's kind of a Parasite, isn't it? Virus.
Wow. So what else did you watch then, Josh?
And then I watched Submarine. I've actually got my DVD here.
Submarine again.
I watched it mainly for the music this time instead of the movie, because I've been listening to Arctic Monkeys recently.
Yeah.
And Alex Turner he wrote the music for it.
Oh, did he?
Submarine, and I really like the soundtrack to it. Probably more than I like the actual film.
Fair enough.
Even though the film is one of my favorites.
Decent.
But yeah. And then I watched Whiplash again.
Yeah,
Yes, Whiplash.
I think
got
third time.
I've only watched it
What's that
once.
film?
I've only watched it once, and I was really
Oh.
unsure about it, and I was just like,
I love it.
whoa. That whole last like sequence at the end.
Oh yeah, amazing.
So amazing.
And also, like, if from someone who's been doing music for most of my life, like, they get music so spot on.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
get it right.
It is the director of La La Land, my favorite film, so it makes sense that I would love it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like one of the films that I consider to be like a really good film.
It's
like,
a
just films
modern
that I just-
classic,
yeah.
I think, personally. It's
I
so
can't
good.
see how someone could not like it, except for maybe the swearing. My mum
Yeah,
was
yeah.
quite angered.
also
We were
quite
watching it. We were watching it downstairs, and my mum heard all the swearing, and she was like,
It's not like
"Hey,
the thing is, it's not
stop
like
that!"
pointless swearing. It's like it's
It
supposed to
is
show his
very,
abusiveness, isn't it?
yeah.
It's quite stressful as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of it's still. I was like squirming in my seat as I watched it,
Yeah.
and it's the third time, and I know exactly
When
what's
his
gonna
hands are
happen.
bleeding, it's like, oh,
Oh
god.
boy!
Ugh.
And yeah, those are the movies I watched.
Was
All
that
7 of them.
7? Oh yeah, 3 pirates. Okay, fair
3
enough.
Pirates. No, that's 6.
Oh, what's your secret
Oh.
movie? What are you hiding
got a
from
bonus.
us?
What am I hiding? I don't even know. I think I just miscounted.
Wow.
I'm sorry, guys. I
on,
will
the
do it
secret
again.
movie.
I was so
Let us
hyped
know.
for the 7th movie. I've watched some interesting films, which is
Ooh.
diverting the quality of the films we're talking about. Starting with 16 Wishes, which is a Debbie Ryan Disney Channel movie.
Great start.
Where she it's her 16th birthday and this weird lady comes to her and gives her 16 candles to make some wishes, and it was goddamn awful. I watched it with some friends and we were just like, wow, this film is terrible. And then following that, we thought, you know, we need a more high quality film, so we watched the Bratz movie.
Oh boy.
It's weird. The Bratz movie is basically just a Disney Channel movie without the Disney. It's really weird.
This is a channel movie.
It's just I
How's
think it was straight
the
to
animation?
DVD. Oh no, Josh! This was live action Bratz. This is
live
this ain't
action
your straight to DVD video thingy. You know, this is proper Bratz. But yeah,
Just off the
What?
VCR tape.
it was.
I have never heard of that.
I never heard of it, and then I was like, oh well, this is free on YouTube. Let me watch this for a bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm bored. So yeah, that was a good watch. But a higher
like
quality. I watched Hercules again. The Disney one. It's a pretty fun
I have
film.
not watched that since I was like 2.
Yeah, I
need to get
hadn't
that.
watched it in a while. But yeah, it's a decent fun film. Good music. Don't know what it's gonna be like when they do the remake, so
Hmm.
be interesting.
That was the name of our last episode, wasn't it?
It was the name of the last episode.
Yes.
Well done, Josh. Well done. And then I watched. I don't know if have you heard of Children of Men?
I've not, I'm afraid.
It's very depressing. It's a British film. It's quite good. It's about basically the whole world has gone infertile, and it's about this guy, and he finds this one woman who is pregnant, and he has to like get her across to this human place, like this special like activist place where she can be kept safe and that. But yeah, it's really
It
good.
sounds like a Handmaid's Tale.
It's pretty much, but it was really good. It was really deep, and there's like a war going on at the same time. Like people are fighting over stuff like religion and that, and it's a really good watch. A lot of the film, it's
Sounds
a
like it.
very filmy film. There's a lot of
It's a very filmy film.
like filmy,
It's an
filmy.
artsy-fartsy. would my dad call it artsy-fartsy?
Probably. Oh, your dad is such a person to say artsy fartsy, isn't he?
Yeah, he called Submarine artsy-fartsy when we
Yeah.
first saw it. That
Yeah.
was his reaction to the film.
Very artsy fancy, yeah. But yeah, yeah, a lot of it is like one take in a car, turning around, camera and stuff. It's very intense. And then I watched 2 Korean films, cause why not? Korea do good films. I watched a zombie film.
Gearing up for Parasite.
I am gearing up for Parasite, Josh. I'm very excited.
1st of June.
Is it June
I'm
1st?
so excited. Yes, that's when it's released.
My Amazon
Hopefully-
delivery is so going to be delayed. I know it.
Yeah.
I know.
Same here, and I'm gonna be so annoyed.
Yeah, but yeah, I watched Train to Busan, which is a zombie
yeah, I've heard
film set in Korea. That's all you need to know. But it was very good. I'm not one for zombie stuff, because usually they're just like, oh, gore and stuff like that. But it's really good. It's got like this nice relationship of like a dad and his daughter, and he's like trying to prove himself to her, like he doesn't care just for himself, and he's like helping people out. It's very emotional. I cried at the end. And then I watched
okay.
a film called A Taxi Driver, which has got Is it Song Kang-ho? Is that the guy's name?
Something. Yeah, it's
From
the
Parasite.
main actor
It's got
of Parasite
the-
and
yeah.
Snowpiercer.
Yeah, and he's a very good actor. He's a very good. But yeah, I watched that on Channel 4 because it was on, and it's just about I can't remember what it. I can't like exactly remember what it was what the big political thing going on was, but it was like there's like a dictatorship in Korea. It's based on a true story, and it's about this taxi driver taking a reporter to this city in Korea where there's like violent protests and like innocents being killed by soldiers, and it's been like censored, and he's trying to get him back to wherever he came from to kind of release the news to the world, and it's really emotional and it's very good.
I saw you put that on your letterbox, and the poster kind of looks like Green Book.
It does, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
all the marketing, I watched a trailer before and I was like, oh, I'm not sure, because it was
It
like
looks very happy.
that's weird.
Like
It's,
he's smiling on the poster.
Yeah.
Like, hey, hi, I'm a taxi driver.
yeah, I did not think it was going to be as deep and emotional as it was near the end. Like, it's got a really transition. Like, at the beginning, it's kind of like a comedy.
Yeah.
Like, it's this guy and he's like, oh yeah, I'm trying to make some money, let me swindle this guy. And then he just gets really emotional. But the transition's not really jarring. It's, like, really well
Is
done.
it so? That sounds a bit like Parasite to me.
Yeah. I think that's why I liked it so much, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, yeah, very, very good film. Watched that the other day. And that is all I've watched, really, apart from Phineas and Ferb, which I've been rewatching in the background while I play Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Love
Animal
Love
Crossing.
to hear it.
Yeah. Oh. So, Pierce, have you watched any films?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I luckily I have. I mean, I didn't know that this was going to be something we talk about, so I should have prepared. But,
Yeah, probably should have told you,
No, I
shouldn't we?
actually have. So I mentioned earlier that I watched Pirates. Well, I rewatched the first one a while ago before
Yeah.
lockdown.
Yep.
Phone's ringing. And then I watched Pirates 2 and 3 recently. I thought Pirates 2 was really good, apart from the bit of the wheel. I was just like, yeah, it's a bit too much. But I thought it was really good. You know, good concept. The plot lines were believable. The character decisions were believable. Third one I thought was also really good. I felt that they should have leaned more into the whole East India Company owning the supernatural bit. I thought that was a really interesting concept, and
Yeah.
The animation is great as well.
the animation really is, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
David
they have all
Jones
the-
especially.
Yeah. But they have all of the.
Calypso bit. Whoa.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
She gets big.
And the bit where the East India Company boat blows up was really funny to me for some reason.
What, that
Because
guy and he
it's
just,
all in it's all in flames and he's gliding down the stairs.
and he just
It's really
falls
funny.
back into his,
Yeah.
his flag, doesn't he?
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I felt like they should have leaned more into the whole idea of they're owning all the waters and messing everything up. Because like
Yeah.
at this point, it's already an alternate universe. You can change
Yeah.
this. You can say like
Yeah.
the East India Company is, I don't know, like making trade impossible because they're putting massive tariffs and everything, and the monarchies of the world are having to pay them tribute and stuff like that. You know, I don't know. I felt like they could have leaned a bit more into that.
I don't think the writing was up to that. I think they more wanted to lean into the boat with a curse type story again.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was good. I mean, they had the whole. I think it was good that they actually had lasting consequences with I can't remember his name.
With Will. Yeah.
Will Turner, yeah.
I think there's some good ideas in it, and
I think it needed another rewrite of the script just to get a bit more.
there was
succinct.
I think there was just too much random stuff. I don't know. They tried to fit too much in one film, I think.
Yeah.
I
And
enjoyed it. I mean, I
I mean, yeah,
definitely
it's
enjoyable,
enjoyable.
yeah.
It's really enjoyable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it's a pretty like fun trilogy to watch. It's like a very enjoyable trilogy of films, but
Well, I guess that's why we both rewatched it.
yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, and also I like how I didn't realize that it set up the next film at the end. I didn't actually know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the last thing I'll say about that is the soundtrack Up Is Down when they're rocking the ship.
Yeah.
It's so good, isn't it?
I
The
keep on
soundtrack
listening to that.
is amazing, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I think if you're not enjoying a part of the film, the soundtrack always comes and you're just like, yeah,
Yeah.
loving this.
Definitely, yeah. Like the Up Is Down soundtrack. I keep on listening to it and like getting chills and stuff. When I think about it, the scene wasn't even that impressive.
No, but the music is
it's really
so
goofy,
like,
yeah.
the music is just so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like the Gladiator soundtrack, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
When you
I
said
don't know
that
if
to
they're
me,
both the same person or not. I don't know if it was. I don't know if that. I think they're both Hans Zimmer. I'm not
probably
sure.
Yeah,
was.
both Hans Zimmer. But no shame in that.
No
They're,
shame,
they're
no.
both really good.
Yeah.
I made a list while we were talking earlier. Yeah. So the next one I watched was Contagion. Of course, I thought that was quite good.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Contagion?
Not yet.
I've seen
Been
videos
meaning
on
to
it.
It's really good. It sort of. It's not. It doesn't do the whole. It does a story like we're having now. Of course, that's why it's so big.
Yeah.
Because it's just it. But it handles it really well. It makes it believable that everything doesn't go to shit. It's not a zombie apocalypse. Like.
Yeah.
They handle it, but it's just really believable. Really believable stuff happens, and them tracking it down and trying to it's just really good. I would highly recommend it. It's not. I thought that it would scare me, with everything that's going on, but no, it didn't actually. It just made me feel a bit comforted and think. I'm glad.
So is it quite? It does have a good ending, like a wholesome ending.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It has like parts. Yeah, no, it does. I mean,
Yeah.
the world isn't completely fixed, but it does have like some nice bits where you're like, oh, that's been paid off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might
That's
give it a
good.
watch, yeah.
So yeah, would highly recommend Contagion.
All
And
right.
the other one I watched, I figured out how to do a movie night to get Netflix synced up. So what I did with my sister, cousin, and my mum here, we all got Netflix on our PCs. I sent them all a link that synced up our Netflix, and then we Zoom called on our phones.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So, and then we had headphones in. So we had, when anyone played or paused Netflix, it would pause for everyone. So yeah, and we do that every Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing like weekly as well, my mate.
Yeah.
I have not been doing that. I should probably find a way to do that because I'm so bored.
I mean, Josh, you can join us sometimes. It's just me and.
On Wednesdays, did you say?
Well, not Wednesdays. I do on a different day every now and then. But I'll tell you if we're doing it, because there's some
do.
funny
I want
stuff
to.
that we watch. We usually watch really crappy films. So
Oh, I need
very
to watch
enjoyable.
more crappy films too.
crappy films are so good, which is ironic. But
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they are. But yeah, the film that I watched on the movie nights, we didn't finish it though because my cousin had to go on her run and we didn't want to finish it without her, was Studio Ghibli's Princess Mononoke.
Oh, such a good film. I love it.
I didn't finish it sadly, but it was just so good. I was
So
really
good.
loving it. I mean,
Oh,
I've
I
got
mean-
all of the Ghibli films. I own them all.
I have 4,
excuse
and
me.
I've been trying to convince Matthew to watch them with us
They're
because
so
he's
good.
not watched any of them,
he
and
needs
he's like,
to.
"No, I don't want to watch it." We're like, "Matthew, please, just sit down and watch Spirited Away with us."
At least Spirited Away, because I feel
I
like
think
that's
at least.
one of the more
Yeah.
accessible ones. If you're
Yeah.
gonna try and find like one like that.
I'd actually say Howl's Moving Castle is the most accessible.
Oh yeah, that's probably my favorite one.
That's probably my
Of,
favorite
of,
one.
of the 4 I've watched.
It's the only one I haven't watched, which is stupid because I heard it's really
Aaron?
good.
There are
Aaron,
actually
Aaron, you
some
should watch
that are-
it.
I don't have any excuses. It's on Netflix. It's not like I don't
Yeah.
have the DVDs or anything.
I bought them all, and then about a few months later, they were on Netflix. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. Because I had a collection that I was slowly building up.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
I was going to watch one every week while they were coming out on Netflix, but that just never happened.
I
but
was-
so that was a fantastic film.
Yeah.
I've only got 3 more on the list. Well, 2 more, and one of them is a bit of a cheat.
Cool.
So I watched Star Wars: Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Classic.
Because I watched Empire Strikes Back around May the 4th, just because I really wanted to watch it, and I
Mm.
loved it so much. Because I haven't watched it in a long, long time, and I absolutely adore Star Wars. I'm a very, very big Star Wars nerd.
Yeah.
I follow all of the extra canon and the books, and well, not all the books, but a lot of them, the comics, TV series. But yeah, so that was a great film, and it made me wonder about how the new Star Wars fandom or the Star Wars fandom are always complain about stuff.
It's a lot of
Like-
complaining, isn't it?
Honestly, and they complain so much about stuff, but you could really apply that to films. Like, what? Spoilers if you haven't seen a very old film. What? Luke is Leia's sister. Leia is Luke's sister. They're just making this up as they go along. That's bad writing.
I know that.
Yeah, I don't want to get Star Wars, but it's just like
I've been
Complaining is getting tiring, I have to say.
I'm
As someone
tired out
outside
of all
the
this
fandom.
all the Star
And
Wars just
inside,
like
it's horrible.
complaining about it. It's so like
And it seems to negatively affect the making of them as well.
I think they need to realize, which I think they might be doing with the people they've signed on to make some of their newer films,
Like Taika Waititi.
like Taika Waititi. I think they need to just decide on their own. We're gonna do whatever we
Yeah.
want, not just what the fans want. I think
Mm.
because I don't know, they've been trying to gear towards too much what people want rather than just making a really good like Star
and
Wars film.
It's not earned yet.
No,
they need to
it's
do
not.
they need to do a Marvel and build up to the fan service.
Yeah,
do an Endgame.
yeah.
I feel that way. I mean, with the final film, I enjoyed it. I watched it as part of a triple bill.
Yeah.
So we watched Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and then at midnight it played Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
It was cool,
Like
but
it's a fun film. I keep saying it's a fun film.
it's a fun film. It is a fun film.
It is a fun film. There's a lot of good stuff in it. I like Poe. I like parts of it. I don't know. I felt like there was something missing at some points. I didn't feel like we got there. I felt like we get being shown all this stuff, like Kylo Ren, spoilers, turning good and that. But I didn't feel like we got there properly. I don't know.
It felt very quick. If you guys haven't looked into the Duel of the Fates original
I
ideas,
looked into that, yeah.
someone's made an animation of them, which just sort of sums up what's happening. And I don't want to be like one of those guys that's like, oh, it's better because it wasn't made, it wasn't fully produced.
No, I mean we don't. That's just early ideas, isn't it? Really.
From the
Kinda
baseline
like
ideas, apart
cut
from
then.
the spoilers for a film that isn't out and will never be made, the
You
whole
never know. Snyder cut.
thing. Yeah, apart from the shoehorned Ray Poe thing, I thought
Yeah.
it looked great.
The whole
But,
thing with
yeah.
all the stormtroopers uprising. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, well, I honestly I thought that was. I mean, I'll be quick with this, but with Finn, he didn't sacrifice himself in Last Jedi. He was saved, and the Resistance kind of got a bit destroyed because of that. I was fine with that decision because I thought he's going to do something really important to justify him not dying, and I thought, oh, it's going to be a stormtrooper uprising. He's going to lead one, and then I thought, and then in the film when he met the other stormtrooper and all the others who rose
I
up,
thought
was
they
like,
would.
they're setting this up. They're going to have a stormtrooper uprising, but then they didn't. I was like,
No, he just shouted, Ray, I've got to tell you something. Are you going to say it? No, I'm not.
Did you hear what the actual thing he was going to say?
I
It's
can
so
use the Force. It was just something like that. It was like,
Force sensitive. It's like, what?
what are you doing?
I'm not.
I'm not going to say anything. I've not watched it.
You haven't watched it? You should have
No,
mentioned that.
I've not even watched the prequel trilogy.
My guy.
I'm sorry.
Why
I've
are we
watched the
friends?
original. I've watched the original trilogy. I've got that at least, and
There you
Yeah.
go.
Last
Alright,
Jedi,
more than
Force
some
Awakens.
people.
Yeah. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
I'm nearly. Let's just be sparking a lot of conversation. The second to last film, well, the last film, and then the last one is a bit of a cheat. Last film I watched a couple days ago was Wonder Woman. Oh, it was so good.
It's an enjoyable film. It's a fun
I
film.
watched it in the cinema,
Oh,
I
did as well.
got. It gave me like a buzz when I came out.
I
was
watched it.
so
I watched it in 4DX.
Woo.
Oh, okay.
It was very painful. Like, you know, whenever she's doing slow motion stuff and she's going, I just kept getting hit in the back. Like, this thing, and I was like, whoa,
Fun cinema experience. You get beaten up.
by Wonder Woman. Very interesting.
I watched Aquaman in 3D IMAX,
Ow.
Oof.
and
Must be
that
intense.
hurt to watch,
Yeah.
and but it definitely makes films better.
Yeah.
3D IMAX.
But yeah, Wonder
wouldn't
Woman.
say it
Wonder
makes
Woman's a
them-
good film.
Better enough. Like
Yeah.
it adds value, but not enough for like
Yeah.
the extra price, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. When I got to when I finished the second act after they liberated Veld, I think it was Veld, that bit, and just that entire sequence of when I actually got my mum to watch
So
when
good.
when they were going through the train station and then going onto the ship, because the details in that scene were unbelievable. So I watched it back 3 times, I think 4 actually, because there were so many amazing
Okay.
details.
Fair enough.
Then when they were in the trenches, that was amazing. And
The trench sequence is so good. I
I was really expecting a "I am no man" line. I'm glad they didn't do that.
I'm very
Oh,
happy they
very
didn't do
glad.
that.
I mean, it would have been okay. It just would have felt a bit cliche. But
I wouldn't
Yeah.
have been, but I'm not bothered by that stuff too much. Really, I'm just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just-
I would have been
Yeah.
okay. I just sort of, I wouldn't have gone. Yeah, I would have gone like,
it would have made it a bit like a groan
Made it a
worthy
bit
moment, wouldn't it?
Anticlimactic, maybe.
yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, that sequence was amazing. And then when they went over to the town,
Yeah.
and I've been in love with Wonder Woman's theme back from when Batman vs Superman was out, and it was on my iPod. I downloaded it off YouTube, and I would listen to it all the time when I
The
went
film's
running.
got a
Just
like Wonder Woman alone's got a pretty good soundtrack as well. For like how superhero
Yeah.
soundtracks go, it's got a pretty good
Yeah.
one.
But yeah, so I was just really like excited for her theme to come in
Yeah.
eventually, and then when she jumped through the window and looked up on the shield,
Yeah.
I just freaking flipped.
It's
So,
I would probably say it's my favorite of the newer DC films.
Oh, definitely.
Out of
Aquaman
them-
is close.
Aquaman-
I have a soft
Aquaman's
spot
funny.
for Man of Steel.
Man of Steel.
I have a soft spot. Yeah.
No, I do.
'Cause
I,
I like Man of
I
Steel.
watched it when I was 12, and I thought it was the best film ever.
I remember
when
I
was
watched it with my family because they were like, "Oh my god, Superman!" and everybody hated it apart from me. I was just like, "Oh, it was good. I enjoyed
I
it."
thought it was great. I
It's-
still maintain that
it's
it's
fun.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
suppose
mind.
I-
Aquaman is
It's
campy
DC
as
fan.
hell.
Aquaman's fun though. It's
I enjoyed
so
that.
it's so goofy.
Yeah.
It's-
Wait, though, I wouldn't quite say it's goofy. It's sort of close. I don't know. I mean,
It's
I'm not
like-
really. an
It's
expert.
like Lord of the Rings if it just went out there completely.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of saying it. And if it condensed the whole, I mean, I think the plot line felt very good, and also wasn't it directed by Taika Waititi?
Just James Wan.
No.
James Wan,
James
who
Wan.
did
James- oh, yeah, James-
the
yeah.
Conjuring films.
Conjuring.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the I remember they saying that horror directors seem to apparently do a really good job at directing like good
Because
horror.
Shazam is a horror director as
Is
well.
it? I don't
never
know. I need to watch
Shazam.
Shazam again because I
We
enjoyed
watched it in
it.
the cinema.
I enjoyed it
didn't
when we watched it. I thought, oh, it's an enjoyable
Yeah.
film. But a lot of people are saying, oh, it's really, really good. And I'm like, okay, maybe we'll give it another go. See if I enjoy
I
it
need
a
to
lot
watch
more
it.
this time.
I mean, I never watched
I
that.
want to watch. I want to watch Birds of Prey.
I do
Because-
as I'm intrigued by. There's a
It
lot
looks
of
fun.
mixed stuff.
It looks fun.
I'm unsure, personally.
Ever since
I
Suicide
refuse-
Squad, I'm like reeling.
Yeah.
I refuse to
can't.
watch Suicide Squad. That's the one I'm not watching because it
I'll
looks
watch-
so bad.
I'll watch the new one. I think.
Yeah.
Just see
I
what
mean, I'm
it's
gonna
like.
watch these films and give them the benefit of the doubt. Thing is, I wasn't super hyped for Suicide Squad. For some reason, I just didn't see the. I
Yeah,
wasn't that
neither.
hyped. Me now seeing the trailer, I would be. So when I saw it, I wasn't that disappointed. Like it was okay. But everyone was devastated because they hyped it up so much.
Yeah, I know.
And it was kind of stunted by by Warner Brothers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They had a lot of interference with it.
Have to like rewrite the script.
I don't think it really helped that
Not
the people
long
who
after
edited
release.
the film edited the trailer as well.
Yeah,
So-
they were predominantly trailer editors. Weren't
yeah.
Yeah, like the killer trailer. But yeah, anyway.
they? Amazing trailer.
Oh
Actually.
yeah.
Oh, fantastic trailer.
I'm sure DC do a lot of like they can hype you up with their trailers if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like Batman vs Superman trailers, I remember watching those on repeat. Like, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so dark and awesome. I'm gonna love
Yeah.
Awful film though.
it. It is.
The Wonder Woman 1984, I think it is, trailer hasn't really got me excited at all.
No, I
I think
But
they needed
they're not
they
revealing
need
the story.
they need another trailer, don't they?
is it the same director as the first one?
Yes,
Patty
yes.
Jenkins. Okay.
Indeed.
Okay.
I like the poster. I like the poster for
Oh, the
the,
poster's
like
awesome.
the really colourful one.
Yeah.
It's-
With the
Because
W's.
posters have kind of been lacking recently.
Yeah. You've
So it's a real standout.
What's really
compared
bothered me
to, like,
about
Marvel ones.
poster wise is like Disney, all their posters are exactly the same. Whether it's Star
Yeah.
Wars, Marvel, it's literally just like, oh, you got a few characters here, one in the middle.
The
Yeah.
Far From Home.
Bad guy in the back.
Yeah.
The Far From Home poster is awful.
So, yeah, it's just got
Yeah.
Tom Holland in the middle, isn't it?
It's like
so
ugh.
weird.
Just three
Oh,
people in
that
a
one, because in
line.
the middle, and there's the triangle, and
Yeah,
then
Yeah,
Mysterio's on one side, and Nick Fury. It's okay. I mean, it could be a lot better.
it's
London's
tiring.
yeah.
Considering like Spider-Verse is such a
Thing is, though, I
bitch film.
give the live action films a little. What's the word? I can't think of the word, but
leeway.
because they're a little leeway because animated you can do so much more, like creatively and visually. So
It's true.
I think Spider-Man movie-wise, they've done a good job with what they can do.
Oh, very much.
they-
But I do
They have
think
to
the
market
future
it
of
to everyone,
Spider-Man
don't
is
they?
animated, though. Personally,
Oh yeah, when I watched Spider-Verse for the first time in the cinema, I was like, why hasn't every Spider-Man film been animated?
I know.
Because it blew me away.
But I am
when I watched
really,
it
I'm
the first
really,
time.
I think I've said this before, I am really, like, scared for the sequel.
Yeah.
Because I think as a standalone film, it's just like perfect.
I don't think it
Amazing.
needs a sequel. It's just good enough.
Yeah, it's got a great ending as well, and
It's probably the only superhero film I'm excited for, actually,
yeah,
in the next few years. Apart from maybe Thor: Love and Thunder.
yeah, for Love and Thunder.
I'm excited for that. I'm also excited for Zack Snyder cut. What else?
I'm interested to see the fallout, if it goes well or not.
Yeah.
I think
I probably will never watch it.
I think people are going to be really disappointed if it's not good, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think
Interesting.
I feel like it's likely that it's not going to be up to the
I think as long as
expectations.
it's better than the last one, which it probably will be.
I'm just
Yeah.
wondering how much of it actually was in the film. I'm just really intrigued to see how much was different.
Yeah.
If it's
Well, they
4
say
hours
roughly
long,
80% of the set was gone.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, my final film, which is a bit of a cheat. The reason I'll explain my reasoning for this technically counting, is the end of the Clone Wars series.
I was expecting this, actually.
You've probably seen on my social media.
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
my
I was like,
stories,
oh, he's going to say Clone
yeah.
Wars.
So the Phantom Apprentice is the second, like the third highest TV rated episode of all time. So
On IMDb, I don't use IMDb much, but like they've all got like
Yeah.
9 out of 10s for like the last 4 episodes.
they
Clone
were
Wars.
so.
I know,
good.
very good stuff.
I watched a review on it and it looks very good.
I kind of want to see what they would do if they actually remade Revenge of the Sith, but animated wise, I want to see, because I think because Anakin is so different in the Clone Wars compared to live action. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with the Clone Wars. I absolutely adore it. Dave Filoni, who makes it, was always said that it was the primary characters were Ahsoka and Captain Rex. If anyone doesn't know, in the audience, Ahsoka is Anakin's apprentice, and Captain Rex is
He's
the
a
clone
clone.
captain.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what you're
it's
talking about.
Watch it.
So much Star Wars.
But the ending, and it was so good. But the reason I'm saying it's a cheat, just please watch it.
It is a movie, really. It's a
that's the thing, because it starts. The Clone Wars series started with a movie, because even though that's not the first chronological episode, it starts with a movie that's 4 episodes put together. Like you can tell that it's 4 episodes put together. And the Siege of Mandalore, which is sort of what the arc is. The Siege of Mandalore arc really does feel like a film cut into 4 parts. And part of me wishes that Disney Plus would release like a way to put it together into a film. It would be a very long film, but
Maybe they'll do that with DVD.
I think I really enjoyed. I don't want to spoil the ending too much, but I really enjoyed how like somber it kind of was.
oh yeah,
Like the last 2 like shots, one with Ahsoka, one with we
with
all
that
watched
thing,
it.
yeah.
That was just like wow. I appreciated it. It didn't. It was so dark and mature. Like I don't know.
But in a hopeful way, because we knew how it turned out.
Yeah, because I've watched Rebels. I've watched the rest of the Star Wars series. So there's hope, but it's also like wow, this is like it's a perfect ending.
Oh, it really
The Clone
was.
Wars.
And like in a way, you think you see it and you're sad, but then you remember that the entire original trilogy happens, and then things turn out, and it's like I don't know. It's just sort of nice that we have that.
And you know what happens with Ahsoka as well, which is kind of like okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's so good. But yeah, and one of the things that's amazing. The in the Shattered, I think it's called Shattered, which was the 3rd one.
Yeah.
The tension that was being built. Oh my god! Because we all knew what was about to happen, and like on the bridge with all the clones saluting her. And
I was just
there
like
was
you're
no
all gonna wow okay.
And it was just, there was no music, and then they had that conversation, and it's just we know exactly what's gonna happen, and it's just
Josh is just like
I
don't know what's exactly what's gonna happen.
But yeah, so okay, I'll finish now. But just that just please. There's probably lists online which say the most essential episodes of Clone Wars just to understand the Siege of Mandalore.
I think you could even watch it as a standalone to an extent. I mean, you definitely get more out of it if you've watched all of the Clone Wars because you understand who the characters are and everything. And like Ahsoka and Rex's relationship is really like a big thing in that last few episodes.
I feel like you need an explanation of why what happened with Ahsoka and the whole end.
Yeah,
of five,
you would.
but, and also kind of what happened with Maul.
Yeah,
But you can sum that up in a paragraph.
but yeah, it's very good. It's
It would be actually if Josh, if you could do this, like maybe watch it as a standalone and see tell us.
the
I need to be-
animations.
I'm
The
a little
animation is really
test-boy.
good as well.
Oh, the animation is fantastic.
Like, because I started watching, because I thought, okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna leave the last few episodes until I've watched all of the Clone Wars again. Obviously, I didn't. I just went straight to it. But the animation difference, like the first series, is like,
Really.
whoa.
They're like made of Play-Doh.
Yeah,
amazing.
it's really weird. And then when you go to the last season, it's just amazing.
To the point, yeah, and like some of the amazing, like when there's an explosion around Obi-Wan, he has his lightsaber, and the smoke is going around his lightsaber. Like,
Yeah, and I really
yeah.
liked how they had some like they tried to tie it into the most recent trilogy as well, like with that shot of like Anakin and he's got his lightsaber against all of the I can't remember what he was up against, but it mirrors the shot from the Last Jedi.
From the Last Jedi, yeah,
Yeah,
that was cool.
and I was like, well, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was cool. That was a nice little connection. Also, the last thing I say about, I may have said that a couple of times, but this is the last thing I'll say in this video. For the final fight, they got Ray Park, who played the original Darth Maul, and they got him in mocap.
I heard that.
Yeah, they mocapped the entire fight.
It really makes a big difference,
mocapped
doesn't it?
him. Oh, it looks so amazing.
I want them to do that for if they do another, because I think there's word that there's going to be a Rebel sequel series in the same animation style. Just mocap if you can, if they have the time, mocap in all of the fights. It just changes so much.
Honestly, it's just, if you see the behind the scenes, it just looks so phenomenal.
Yeah, and what's his name? Is it Sam? Is it Whitwer?
Sam Whitwer. Yeah.
He's phenomenal as
Oh,
well.
Sam. Also, turns out he's a Star Wars trivia champion.
Is he?
He's like the reigning. Yeah, there's these trivia schmodown, which is like the #1 trivia contest in the world.
Yeah.
And he's won it like several times.
But yeah,
yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
happy that
those are
they've
my-
got Dave Filoni, like trying kind of overlooking all the Star Wars stuff now, because he's got a real good, like, he understands what Star Wars should be.
He really is amazing, and also he was good friends with George Lucas.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he talks to him as well about what he's doing as well, which is, I think, cool.